Today I'm going to review Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense, and this one's called The Corvini Inheritance. Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense, The Corvini Inheritance, was broadcast on the 15th of October 1984. It was the fourth episode of 13 that Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense did. It was directed by Gabrielle Beaumont. Gabrielle Beaumont, surprisingly, was the only woman to direct a Hammer production. Beaumont was born in London and was considered a safe pair of hands by Fox on account of her track record directing. Prior to working on Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense, her credits included The Dukes of Hazzard, Dynasty and Hill Street Blues. The Corvini Inheritance was written by David Fisher, who had scripted the other episode, Guardians of the Abyss, for Hammer House of Horror. The auction room scenes were shot over 5 days at Hampton House, which had been the base and principal location for Hammer House of Horror. Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense was the third TV show that Hammer made. The other ones was Journey to the Unknown and Hammer House of Horror. Although Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense was similar to the other shows, it had feature-length episodes, usually running around 70 minutes without commercials, so they were almost like TV movies. Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense was also a co-production between Hammer Films and 20th Century Fox Television, as was Journey to the Unknown. It was first aired in the UK by ITV in 1984, and it would be the last production Hammer Films made, until the company returned in 2008 with Beyond the Rave and other recent films. The Corvini Inheritance stars David McCallum as Frank Lane and Jan Francis as Eva Bailey. So the plot of this one's a strange one. Frank Lane is obsessed with surveillance, not only at the auction room where he works, but also in his private life. When his new neighbour Eva is threatened by a prowler, Lane offers to help. He installs all sorts of equipment he uses at his workplace to monitor a set of jewellery with a dark history and mysterious powers. So Jan Francis, her character's getting stalked, and David McCallum is trying to protect her with his surveillance. So he's putting all these cameras and things up because he's head of security at the auction house. So Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense, there's the box set. I think it's hard to get now, but it's the third TV show that Hammer Productions did. There's two boxes in the box set, so I should have did an unboxing. There's one, and there's two. You get a leaflet as well, a booklet in each box. And so there's all 13 episodes in this box set. So I think it's hard to get hold of. So there's a few special features as well. There's the back of the box. So I've mixed feelings about this episode. One of the best things about the episode though is the two leads. David McCallum's been in loads of stuff. He was famous for the Man from U.N.C.L.E. TV show. And he was also in a lot of other good TV shows, like The Invisible Man, and also Sapphire and Steel, one of my favourite TV shows. And Jan Francis plays Eva, who's getting stalked, and everyone seems to be fancying her in this story. So the stalker's outside watching her. Like there's a scene where she's having a bath, and he's outside the window watching.
Bah! Bloody disappointed he didn't get to say bloody Jan Francis's titties.
Bones, man! It's not a bloody Pete Walker film. There's not that much nudity in these TV shows.
I'm right pissed off, Phil. No bloody fanny or anything.
What are you laughing at?
Jan Francis has done a lot of stuff as well, a lot of TV work. Jan Francis was famous for Just Good Friends from 1983 to 1986, over 22 episodes. But she was also in many other things, such as Thriller, the episode File It Under Fire, and in 1979 she did Dracula and Casting the Runes, which I've reviewed on the channel, both of them. And she was also in A Tale to the Unexpected, Death Canard, and she's been in many other TV shows. So both these actors are on top form in this. So with the episode running 70 minutes, there's more time to develop characters. And I like the relationship between these two. Especially David McCallum's character, because you feel sorry for him because he gets rejected of Jan Francis's character. She ends up having a relationship with someone else, so she gives him the cold shoulder. And she's actually a bit bitchy towards him towards the end. She must think he's a bit of a weirdo.
It's you that's been following me these last couple of days.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it that.
Yeah, bloody hell, a typical bloody woman. She wouldn't gang with him just because he's a bit harder than her. I bet if the bugger was rich, he'd gang with him. If he'd won the bloody lottery or something.
So I always thought the TV show Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense was a bit disappointing compared to Hammer House of Horror from 1980. There's not as much horror in this TV show, it's more thrillers. Although there are some standout episodes. I remember Mark of the Devil, In Possession and Black Carrion being three good ones. The title sequence is a bit dull though, compared to Hammer House of Horror and Journey to the Unknown. Them two shows had great title sequences, but this one's really disappointing. It's just words on a black screen and a bit of music in the background. It's not very effective. And the show comes across sort of like a version of Brian Clemens' Thriller from the 70s. This is like an 80s version of that. But it is good that it has a long running time, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Unfortunately, this one's split into two storylines. You get the story about the stalker terrorising Jan Francis's character. That part of the story's good. I wish that they'd just kept to that. However, you have this other storyline about these jewels that's supposed to be cursed, and it didn't really work for me. It's a pity they didn't get rid of that story. That storyline, it was really used just for padding. They should have just kept to the stalker storyline. It was more interesting. The stuff at the auction house was a bit naff, really. It's also funny, the technology. Well, this was 1984 and the computers looked basic as hell.
Word processing, I do all my letters on it.
What sort of games?
Adventure games. I like puzzles. It's you against the programmer.
You against the machine.
He has all these naff cameras and stuff, all this rubbish technology. It looks really dated now.
It's just a bit of a shock living your life in front of a video camera. I expect I'll get used to it in time.
It's interesting that the director was a woman as well. That was like a first for Hammer. Another downside about this story was the ending. I'll not reveal the ending, but it was disappointing. So overall I was disappointed, although the two leads were really good. But they were in a poor storyline, to be honest. And it was overlong and a bit dull in places. It should have been a 50-minute episode, really. And just concentrated on a stalker terrorising Jan Francis. Overall, I can only really give this one a 6. 6 out of 10. Disappointing. What did you think, boys? Did you like it?
I was bought to buggery with it. No bloody tits are out. Bloody get snout.
Okay, everybody, bye. Like, subscribe and share. Bye. Bye.
I was worried about you.
There's no need, not now. What with the security chain and the window locks, not even Dracula could get in. I feel quite safe.
That's the time to...